and thank you for joining us today on our webinar. Today, our topic is demand insights and market trends with RB Asset Solutions, and we've gathered 4 speakers for today's session. First off, you'll hear from Samir Rathod, our Head of Industry Research, and then Logan Malott, Director of Strategic Accounts, Ken Calhoun, our VP of Data Analytics, and Ben Goodyear, our Director of Data Analytics. So I'll first thank you for joining, and now I'll hand it over to Samir.
Yes, hello, thank you. While there has been a lot of uncertainty in the end markets here, there are some notable areas of strength. While things continue to change quickly, many states and regions have deemed construction and public construction as essential. In fact, we've seen some states actually accelerate the amount of work they're looking to do given the dramatic drop we've seen in traffic volumes. Next, for demand for trucks and logistics, quite robust. Many spots in the country have seen dramatic increase in consumer demand, and empty shelves have to be filled. So looking at truckstop.com's demand index, it's been strong for several weeks now. Lastly, this all comes as public construction growth remains at 10-year highs. The last reading we have here is up 13%. So while the end markets continue to figure out and digest the current environment, there are several areas of bright spots. With that, let me pass it on to the next speaker.
Good afternoon, this is Logan Malott. What we're looking at here is looking at demand for our upcoming Atlanta Ritchie Bros live auction. And we continually monitor demand, of registrations, web traffic coming to the site, and it continues to be strong. And we've seen that over the past few weeks. Again, we've leveraged our technology to work through some regulations, allow for safe bidding through our online platform. And, attendance continues to climb and continues to show very strong. We can continue to see good demand regionally, as you see in the lower left-hand corner. We've got demand from all around North America, really transcending the local market, to again fill the demand of construction and transportation customer and buyer needs around North America and around the world. Next slide. And the slide here is really just looking at the last 30 days of web traffic to rbauction.com. And again, we see strong traffic, watch list, so customers who have added things to their watch list, that's up 40% year on year. Again, they've came to our site, leveraged the technology, added those to their watch list, and again, they're looking to source equipment and trucks to put on jobs and put to work immediately from our customer base. So all in all, registration continues to be very strong. Global demand continues to be strong out there across all sectors and all segments of our business.
Afternoon, folks. This is Ben Goodyear. I wanted to take just a couple of minutes to share with you a tool that enables you to get insight into what's going on in Ritchie Bros auctions. This tool that we will walk through is part of our RB Market Trends solution, which is available by subscription. And as I said, it enables you to, as the user, to go explore what's going on in auction. Let me just segue to that. So the tool has many functions, but top of mind for all of us in the world of what's going on is what's happening in auctions right now. What this tool enables you to do as one of its functions is look at our auction results from the last 30 days. So this tool is being updated every night. So last night, or March 25th, actually it updated this morning at 7:39. So it's getting our latest auction results. And what you can do is you can go into a geographic footprint and choose the region that you want to look at. So in this case, I've chosen Ohio. We had a large auction last week in Ohio, and it's really at the forefront of what's going on in the world right now. And the first piece that this tool enables you to do is it shows you where in the world our buyers for that auction were. So from our Columbus, Ohio auction, we had buyers throughout North America, got some in Europe. It was truly going everywhere in the world. So that's the first piece. It enables you, the end user, to see what's going on with demand. The second piece of this tool is it actually shows what exactly is coming through our auctions. And so it enables you to see various cuts of the data. This first piece is a roll-up. It's by category. And it shows you that in the truck tractor category, we sold on the order, or actually between 200 and 400 lots. And they had a price range of 11,000 to 25,000. Now, what you can see is you can see every single category of asset as you drill down. And so it enables you, the user, to explore this for yourself to get a sense for what is occurring in the auction space. Now, I'll drill down a little bit further. There's cuts here on brand. You can look at what's going on with your favorite brand, but it actually gets down to the make model. And so what you see here is for that Columbus auction, I can see that our highest selling asset make model was a Freightliner M2106. We sold between 50 and 100 of those assets. It also shows you the range of prices. Specifically, I want to call out the median price. The median price is the price of the middle asset. So if we had 101 assets, this would be asset 51. It's right in the middle. And so as you think about our auctions and for these large volumes of assets, this asset in the middle of this big group is pretty consistent between our auctions. And so as you look at this median value, you can compare it to other points in time. So for last week's Columbus, Ohio auction, our median price was $12,750 US for this asset. If I go to another tab, I can enter my make model details. Here I am entering my Freightliner M2106. I'm looking at sales from 2019 in the US. What I quickly see is that the median price was $13,000. That consists of over 1,300 unique assets that were sold. So what do I take from that? I actually take the conclusion that price is holding up quite well for this specific make model. In Columbus, it was $12,750. In all of last year, it was $13,000. That gives me some indication of what's happening with price for this specific make model. And it's a tool that enables you, the user, to specify which asset you want to look at and understand deeply. I'll now pass it over to Ken Calhoun.
Hi, this is Ken Calhoun. And what I wanted to do was just wrap up on another observation on pricing. What we're showing you now is a different tab in the tool called Category Price Indices. We've spent a fair amount of time trying to create a way of statistically understanding price change. I think all of us who have gone in and actually tried to compare prices over time have run into the challenge that, as we know, prices vary based on the make, the model, the location, the usage, the features, et cetera. So we've employed machine learning to help us create a statistical virtual basket of goods so that we can really understand what is going on with true market pricing. It's not affected by the specifications of an item as much as the true supply and demand. And what we are showing you here is a transportation index. You can see that since 2010, the index has gone through some peaks and some troughs, and most recently has been showing a deterioration in prices. And I know we've all been feeling that out in the industry. But what we started to see in Q3 and Q4 was a flattening of those price decreases. You can see those last two. Over to the right-hand side, those last two data points here, we could start to see that the pricing was flattening. And if you just click on construction or heavy equipment, then we see a somewhat similar trend in construction equipment. These are our categories of construction and transportation equipment. You see a reduction in prices less severe than in transportation. Transportation was dropping, say, 10% year on year. We're seeing a 5% reduction year on year here, but we saw the same flattening. Going into January, we put out a press release sort of talking about how we were seeing stabilized pricing. And we've run in a very preliminary way these indices up until data last week. And what we're seeing is a continued stability in price change. So that the sort of flat part of that curve, we're seeing that continue through our auction pricing over the past while. So what Ben was illustrating at a very specific make model level, we are seeing thus far in our major categories as well. Obviously, there's a lot going on in the market. We continue to monitor this very closely, but so far, tying together the different components that you've seen today on the demand side, for instance, we're seeing strong demand. We're seeing that reflected in specific make model pricing, and we're seeing this reflected in our price indices up until this point in time. So with that, I'll pass it back over to Justin.
All right, thank you, Ken, and thank you everybody for that peek into some of the data products and some of the information that is available to our customers through RB Asset Solutions. That concludes the presentations today. So if you have any questions or if you're interested in learning more about these products and services, please reach out to us at the email address you see on screen, dataproducts@ritchiebros.com. Thank you.